At the US Naval Base in San Diego, US President Joe Biden, UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, and Australian PM Anthony Albanese signed one of the most geopolitically significant military deals, the AUKUS, bringing to a culmination a process that began 18 months ago in 2021. In this tripartite contract, Australia has signed an agreement with the US and the UK to acquire, operate, and eventually build at least 8 conventionally armed nuclear-powered submarines, also known as SSN. This is to counter a combative China in the Indo-Pacific. In what is estimated to be a USD 245 billion deal spread over several years, the deal envisages the sale of American US Virginia-class submarines to Canberra and the development of a new nuclear-powered submarine that will be the future underwater vessel for both UK and Australia. Incidentally, AUKUS will be the first time that the US will share nuclear propulsion technology, since it did so with Britain in the 1950s. The White House issued a statement detailing the multi-phase plan agreed by the three countries on Monday. In the first phase, starting this year, Australian military and civilian personnel will embed with the United States Navy and the United Kingdom's Royal Navy to understand the contours of what will be required to operate a nuclear-powered submarine and get other training as well. This, the White House has said, will accelerate the development of Australian personnel to ensure the ability to work together for Australians to take on the responsibilities associated with these programs. The US Navy will also increase SSN port visits to Australia beginning this year, with Australian sailors joining US crews for training and development, while the UK will increase visits to Australia beginning in 2026. Starting early next year, the US and the UK will establish a rotational presence of 1 UK Astute-class submarine and up to 4 US Virginia-class submarines at HMAS Stirling near Perth in Western Australia. This initiative will be known as the Submarine Rotational Force West, or SRF West. In the third phase, beginning in the early 2030s, the US will sell Australia 3 Virginia-class submarines built by General Dynamics, with the potential to sell up to 2 more if needed. The last phase involves designing and manufacturing a new class of SSNs called the SSN AUKUS. SSN AUKUS will be the future attack submarine for both Australia and the United Kingdom. Australia and the United Kingdom intend to start building SSN AUKUS in their domestic shipyards before the end of this decade. As per the plan, the UK intends to deliver its first SSN AUKUS to the UK Royal Navy in the late 2030s. And Australia plans to deliver the first Australian-built SSN AUKUS to the Royal Australian Navy in the early 2040s. The new class of submarines will be built by BAE Systems and Rolls-Royce. The Guardian has reported that the nuclear reactors that will power the SSN AUKUS submarines will not be built in Australia. It said they will arrive from either the UK or US in a welded power unit and will not require refueling during their expected lifetime. Incidentally, Australia, which prides itself in being a nuclear-free country, was originally in talks with France for buying conventionally powered diesel-electric submarines. However, in what France had described as betrayal, the US crept into talks in 2021 alongside the United Kingdom and wooed away Australia from that deal with France, and then came the AUKUS deal. Ashley Townshend, a senior fellow for Indo-Pacific security at the US think tank Carnegie Endowment for International Peace, has described it as one of the most significant US and Allied force posture steps in recent years. As expected, China has reacted strongly to the announcement of the deal and said it is a blatant act that constitutes serious nuclear proliferation risks. My name is Suchet Vir Singh, and thank you so much for listening. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel for more.